What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Bet Daily, June 17, 2023. And look who has decided to join us. The one, the only Papa Dude, looking fresh with that new haircut as well. Papa Dude, how you living?
Yeah, I don't like the haircut. But anyway, you ever notice when you go get a haircut, the first day afterwards, it sucks? You know, it takes a while for it to... You ever notice that?
You got to grow into it a little bit.
Exactly, because I told Sandy she's my hairdresser. I said, "Give me my Florida haircut, which is your summer haircut." So she waxed some of it off. Obviously, well, you look like an idiot the first couple of days in the mirror, right? Because you're not used to looking at yourself like this.
So Sandy, for anyone who doesn't know, is his wife,
right?
Yeah.
Did you tell her you hate your haircut?
Oh God, no.
Okay, just checking. I wasn't,
because in about 3 days it'll be great.
Okay.
Thankfully, we're all by ourselves, right? Nobody's watching this today.
Well, she might be. But no, it's just when you get your summer haircut, you look a little strange for a couple of days, but by about Tuesday, it'll look great. So
yeah, now every time I get a haircut, I'm gonna be wondering if you think I look strange.
Well, you got a cap on.
Does Aaron look strange after his trim?
He looks better.
Yeah. Shots fired. I guess you looked worse before. All right, we got a full day of sports and horse racing to go today. The horse racing is actually really good. The Monmouth card, 14 races, very good. Belmont got a couple interesting races. Santa Anita, the penultimate day at the Santa Anita meet, Magic. We've got a couple of stakes races there, including Baffert supposedly debuting a big 2-year-old. So we'll see what happens down there. But let's kick it off. Well, I didn't even mention, we got the U.S. Open too, guys. Did you realize the U.S. Open's going on?
No.
I bet Dustin Johnson 27-1 to have the lowest round today. I also have him at 28-1 to win the whole thing. So I'm a Dustin Johnson fan. We'll see how that goes today. But that'll be going on all day as well. So phenomenal day of sports and racing. And we'll go over to the Diamond because that's all Aaron wants to talk about. We'll start out here with the Yankees and the Red Sox. The Yankees sucked yesterday for me. I'm not happy about it. I'm not betting this game today. We talk about Bello a lot, Aaron. He's on the mound for the Red Sox today. Are you going to play him?
No. I'm taking the Yankees again. That was embarrassing last night, though. I had a great night except for the Yankees and the Dodgers. And yeah, the Yankees were just was awful. And, we were texting back and forth because you had them first 5. Obviously, that was your best bet. We're like, all right, 1-0. We got to run in the first for a first 5 bet. That's great. That's like, oh, yeah, here we go. And then the next time we text back and forth, it's 10-1. So, look. I've watched this Red Sox team way too much. Seems like I'm just always watching them, and I don't know where that came from last night. Obviously, the Yankees just didn't show up. Pitcher got bombed, and that was a big problem as well. I'm playing the Yankees back tonight. They're plus money. I think this is the kind of what we talk about in reaction in baseball of, oh gosh, there's no way the Yankees are going to win after getting beat 15-5. And we always talk on the show that's the baseball. It doesn't matter, This doesn't carry over. So. I'll take the Yankees. I'll pick against Bello here. We'll see if they can get a win.
Yeah, Magic. Friends don't let friends bet on Clark Schmidt here, who's the starter for the Yankees. Are you sure Aaron should be betting on the Yankees here, Magic?
Well, listen, Rob N in the chat's got a good point. Yankees 19-11 in their next game after a loss, so it's a plus 500 move. That's good for you, Aaron. The best bet for me is going to be the under on this one. If you forget the 15-5 game that was a complete anomaly, in the previous series that they had just a week ago, they scored a total of 5 runs, scored a total of 4 runs, and 5 runs. So none of these teams like to score that much. I think the under the 9 is a pretty strong play.
Papa Dude Dennis and Michael Olson both on the Yankees here.
Okay, I'm changing.
Well, that seals it.
Can I I'm going to go into my best bets right now and delete that one.
Papa Dude, where are you going here with the Yankees Red Sox?
Well, first of all, I want to say this, Aaron. If you're watching the Red Sox a lot, you got to get a life. But
there's the guy for Oklahoma softball.
You're right. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Okay, I retract my statement.
Deleted. All right, go on, Papa.
I'll retract what I just said. If you're going to bet it, I think you have to bet the Yankees because the Red Sox at minus 130 is not very reliable. I don't like the Yankees pitcher either, so I'm not going to take them. I'm staying away from this one. I think the Red Sox are going to win.
Doc and Magic both going under. Aaron likes the Yankees. Michael Olson likes the Yankees. Dennis likes the Yankees. Doc?
Rob likes the Yankees.
Rob likes the Yankees. Got a lot of Yankees love in here. I'm not touching this game with 10 football.
Yeah.
After yesterday, I don't want to go anywhere near this puppy. Let's go on to the next game here. A pitching matchup in Milwaukee. Two teams that are both less than a game ahead of best in the baseball. The Cincinnati Reds, the Pirates, minus 115, taking on the Brewers. It's Max Keller Day for the Pirates, which is usually a good thing, although he has not been all that phenomenal his last couple. Seemed to come back down to earth, got shelled by Oakland, got shelled by San Francisco. Pitched well against the Mets last time out, though, here. We'll start with you, Papa Dude. What are you doing here with the Brewers and the Pirates?
I would take the Brewers in this one because the Pirates are playing like the Pirates. You know, they were once 20-8. They're now 500 and dropping. And now Milwaukee sucks as well. This is absolutely a joke of a division, you know? Aaron and I went over this on our show the other night. And the Cardinals were the second pick, right, Aaron? The odds were the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Now 16 games below 500, but they're only 8.5 games out of the lead. And the Cardinals are one of those teams that gets hot sometimes in the second half of the season. That's how bad this division is, though. It's there to be had. Right now, I think the Reds, of course, are playing the best. The Cubs are starting to play well as well. They're getting healthy in the pitching staff. It's anybody's division. I don't like the Pirates when they're favored ever, so I'm going the Brewers today. I think this is a good bet to take the Brewers to win.
Yeah, Wade Miley returns here. He's been on the DL for about a month. He was phenomenal in the first month of the season, struggled a little bit in his last two starts before heading to the DL. I like the under 4.5 first five here. I think that these two pitchers both able to hold them down. Papa Dude, fun statement here. You know the only team with a positive run differential in the Central? It's the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, I did. You're right. I saw that this morning. Yes.
Everyone else has a negative run differential in the Central, and we're talking like minimum double digits. Now, I will give Cincinnati a pass because they started out 7-18 on the season.
Sure.
Since then, they have been very, very good. Anyway, enough Cincinnati Reds talk here. Yeah, give me the under first five here. I think both these pitchers are able to hold these offenses down. Neither of that offense is all that prolific either, so I think this is low scoring early. See what happens late. Aaron, what do you like here?
Can we? Why do we have to quit talking about the Reds? That's my favorite subject.
We've literally talked about the Reds more than anything in this show the last 2 weeks.
By
the way, really good time to be doing that since they haven't lost in 8 games or whatever it is now.
And they're plus money every night, and it just keeps raining in this house with plus money Reds money. I mean, it's crazy. We got the bathtub full now. Listen, I love the Reds. I love them. I love that team so much. All right. Let's talk about the Pirates and the Brewers. Okay, from love to hate, I cannot stand either one of these teams. I loathe both of these teams. I'm staying the hell away from this game. I did play the Brewers last night because it was Rich Hill night for the Pirates, and that did come through. Tonight, I mean, this is a pretty even matchup from a pitching standpoint. And the lineups are pretty similar, honestly, I think, as well. This is a coin flip. In those situations, I always say take the lower price. But in this situation, you're taking the Brewers minus 105. That's the underdog in this situation. So that sucks too. So there's just nothing you can do. I think the Brewers get beat here, but I would never play the Pirates at minus 115 ever.
Actually, I actually agree. I think this game's fairly priced on the sides. I think minus 115, minus 105 is right about right. If you were catching plus 120 with either of those teams, I'd probably be betting that side, but we're not. So here we are. Magic, what do you like here? Pirates, Brewers.
If I had to pick, I'd say the Brewers, but like you guys are harping on the Pirates for how poorly they've been doing. The Brewers just got over a 6-game losing streak that included 3 straight to the A's, and only one time Sears was on the mound for the A's. He didn't pitch all 3 games, and actually that was the one that completely blew up. It was 6-8 for him. I'd go with the Brewers slightly. But this is not a fun game. Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun when it's 1-1 through 5 and I cash the under. All right, let's go over to the Guardians taking on the D-backs here. Another coin flip game, total sitting at 8.5. This is the last one of the night. Shane Bieber headed to the mound for the Cleveland Guardians. You've got Henry headed to the mound for the Diamondbacks. 3-1, but sporting almost a 5 ERA. We'll start with you, Magic. What are we doing here?
Oh, I like the under quite a bit in this spot. Last 4 starts for the Biebs, the better Beebs on Saturday games. He's 4-0 and cash in those. The last 4 games for the Guardians on the road versus a team with a winning record, which we got with the D-backs here. The under is 4-0 as well. I think Bieber's going to be able to keep things close for him. I don't know that Cleveland's able to how well they'll do against Arizona. Arizona's pretty damn strong, but I like the under a lot.
Yeah, I like the first 5 under 4.5. You're getting plus 102 right now. If Bieber pitches well, Arizona doesn't score. Cleveland kind of sucks at scoring anyway, so I don't really mind Henry going to the mound here for Arizona. So give me the under 4.5 first 5. Papa dude, what do you like here?
This is a toughie because of the pitching matchup. I would take the D-backs normally. The under sounds pretty good too because the Guardians don't score much. So you hit the nail on the head. Their pitcher Bieber is the key. Can he hold the Diamondbacks down? So I think I would go the under as well, or take what are the Diamondbacks, like 105, something like that?
Diamondbacks right now, right around the 105.
Yeah, I don't know whether you want to bet them at 105.
Minus 104, minus 104 both ways on Bookmaker right now.
Okay. I can't bet the Guardians. I just can't. They beat me every time. So if I was going to bet it, I'd take the Diamondbacks at that 104 because you'll make a pretty good profit if you win it. And I think they will. They're pretty good. So I would go the Diamondbacks or the under on this one.
Yeah, Aaron, it's tough to back the Guardians anywhere near a pick 'em when they're facing a good offense because you just don't have faith that they can out-hit anybody if they get into that situation. So it's hard to back them against the Diamondbacks unless you think Bieber's really going to shut down the D-backs.
Yeah, and that's just it. And, we talked about I talked about how, the Brewers at minus 105, that's not a team I want to back, or the Pirates at minus 115, not a team you want to back. But when you're talking about the Arizona Diamondbacks, yeah, sure, you could go with that because you know why? They're actually a good team, right? They're very good. And so you're like, okay, I can live with minus 105 on a team that's good. And the Diamondbacks they're better than the Guardians. Listen, the pitching matchup's going to be the thing. Here's the thing with Henry. I've watched him a lot. There are days where he can go out there and give you 5-6 innings and only give up a run. If that's one of those days, the Diamondbacks will win the game.
Yep.
It's the days where he goes out there and gives up 3 or 4 in the first 3 innings, and then you're going to be into a situation where you're going to be nervous. So he's the key. Henry's the key. I think you know what Bieber's going to do, and I think the Diamondbacks will score a few. It's just going to be if Henry can give them those 5 or 6 solid innings. If he can get them to the 5th or the 6th inning, they've got the bullpen to take it the rest of the way. So I'm going to go Diamondbacks in this spot. I'm going to bet this one.
He's one of those pitchers you might want to watch the first and see if he gets through it clean. And if he does and is pitching well, has control really is the key for Henry. And then Bieber pitches well and 0-0 after 1, then you play the Diamondbacks, right? Because then you have a little more faith you're going to get positive Henry start versus a negative Henry start 1 inning in there. All right, we talked about the big day racing. Monmouth with 14 on the card. If you're signed up over at Horse Tourneys, you can play a $1 tournament and win 5 or there are 5 $1,000 seats in it. So if you're over on Horse Tourneys, make sure you check that out. That's full card at Monmouth. Starts in about 20 minutes. A lot of fun way to pay $1 and play all day there. So check that one out. We're going to go to race 12 for our race of the day. One of 3 graded stakes on the card. This is the Salvatore Mile. Pretty interesting race here. You've got some horses with a ton of speed that are all going to be in here. Nimitz Class is going to be your favorite, 72 on the morning line, coming off a Parks win. Actually, he's ripped off 5 straight, 4 of those at Laurel in stakes races. And, of course, the 9 Arturus, the return here, a horse I loved after the Curlin and then sucked in his next 2 starts. Aaron, we'll start with you. Where are you going on top?
Upset City today in the Salvatore Mile. I'm going to go the number 6 Octane to take him gate to wire and upset the field. Yes, there's a lot of speed. I think he's the speed of the speed, and I think he's drawn inside of most of it, believe it or not, even from the 6-hole. I think that most of that serious speed's to the outside. Give me Octane. I'm going to go with an upset here. I'm going deep in this race. I'm not a fan of Artorias. I like Octane to upset the field. I also like the 1 a little bit as well. But 10-1, give me the shot with the 6.
Magic, where are you going?
Oh, I'm so happy Aaron stopped talking when he did because the number 1 Petulance my top pick, and I thought for sure you were going to steal what I was going to talk about here. Luis Saez riding for Victor Barboza Jr. They're just 4 for 4 together in the last year. Twice with this horse. He is built to go 2 turns. He's a son of Arrogate Av and Uncle Mo mare. really he missed by a neck in his second career start. He blew him out by over 9 lengths in his debut at Gulfstream Park. Barboza's had trouble keeping this horse on the track. You see a lot of spotty starts here and there, but he'll be second off the layoff, second time really into his 4-year-old campaign here. He's a horse that I think with all the speed in here is going to benefit from the 6 going, the 7 going, possibly the 8 going as well. Size, I think, keeps him tucked in right behind the 6 horse through that first turn, and I think he's within range and can jump on him. I kind of like a 1-6 exacta here too, Aaron, because I do like the 6 a lot. I just think that the 2 turns and the mile distance at 2 turns will kind of do him in late.
I only think you need to go too deep. I agree with Magic. Petulante is one of the two, or Petulant's one of the two that I think you need to use. But my top pick, we're going bombs away, baby. Give me the 10-horse Bourbonic to pull it off the crazy upset here. I'm telling you, I have not bet Bourbonic in a very, 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 very long time. Today is the day, folks. Bourbonic is going to get the setup here. They're going to be flying early. He's going to be flying late. Fletcher and Ferrer, baby, at a big price, 10-1 on the outside. I think Bourbonic gets the job done, but I do like Petulant as well. I think the 1 horse has a big shot too. Papa Dude.
Well, I am going to go. I like Petulant. Is that how you pronounce that? I like that one also. I'm going to go with the old boy that's won 5 in a row. I'm going to go with the favorite at 7-2. I am worried, though. It's going to take a step up because he's been running at smaller tracks. Obviously, he hasn't been running against these kind of horses. Artorias, I think, is going to come on strong today also. But I'm going to go with the favorite, Nimit Class, to win.
I stared at Bourbon Calling for a while too and just couldn't get there. Aaron, did you consider Bourbon Calling at all?
No, well, I guess that's a lie. Yes, I considered, but I didn't pull the trigger when all was said and done. Look, in a much tougher race last time out, so kind of draw a line through that one, and then you get back to some of those allowance races. Like, yeah, that was pretty good. The key is going to be where this horse sits. I think we need to sit about 5th, about 2-3 lengths off the speed, and then kind of pounce. And so he's not if he wins, I'll be kind of mad because I did kind of think about it, but didn't end up doing it.
Yeah, he was one that I considered, and I couldn't get there. Same with 7 Trademark at 15-1. Rosario up again, should get the right setup. But there's a bunch of these horses in here that I think are interesting, and if you want to try and get around the 2 favorites, this is a great race to try and do that and go price hunting because it feels like you're going to get 2 horses that are way over bet, and the rest of this field is going to be decent price. I'm interested to see what Petulant's price is on the 1. Magic, what do you think he goes off at here?
I'd say 4-1 probably. I think Artorias is going to take a lot of dumb money, and Nimitz Class will take a lot of money because of the hot streak there, and the people who watch this and have been drinking bourbon will go with your pick on Bourbonic. So. Yeah, I'd say 4-1 on Petulant.
He's gonna win. Can we talk about Rosario real quick? Because Doc likes Trademark too, but then goes Rosario. He had 2 epically bad rides yesterday at Belmont, Aaron. We were texting about how atrocious they were. What is he doing?
At this point, with Saratoga coming, I think if you're Christophe Clement, you've got to be thinking of a backup plan because this is now 6 months of just head scratching type of stuff. I mean, I can't remember if it was the 5th or the 6th race. It was the worst. I think it was the 5th. It was just bad. It was just what? You literally cost that horse. There's not a whole lot of argument one way or the other. Yeah, he would have won. You cost the horse the race. And that's just stuff that, you can nitpick a jockey and it's but there was other things that happened. But in some of these races, it's you just kind of screwed that up,
Well, so what about the 6th on Breeze Easy?
That's the 6th. The 6th.
Where he decides to sit way behind and then goes outside and then goes back inside in the stretch instead of just rolling the horse down the lane, and he's just weaving everywhere and loses by a half length to a horse that's tiring up front.
That was the one I watched it back because I thought maybe this horse is kind of goofy. Maybe this horse was tired. No, he was steering the horse in and out. I mean, and it's clear when you watch the head on, especially, it's no, I really don't think that was the horse that did that. I don't know. I don't have an answer right now. I don't. And Doc and I were talking yesterday. It's he'll probably win 5 here soon, and we'll all go, what? Where did that come from? But this has been a long time. This has been a theme for a while. He just has not been riding well this year.
Can I throw it at you?
Yes.
Clement gives Pratt all the Rosario mounts.
Yes.
I think they've got to be talking about it.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
There's got to be something coming.
I do. And, Pratt's not riding quite as much for some of the other barns as he was last year. So it would be a pretty good fit. I think you got to – I really think you got to talk about it. Look, Asmussen went through a cold streak. He fired Santana, right? I mean, that's just kind of what you do. And if you're seeing this happening over and over and over, you got to make a change. I mean, Saratoga's too big of a meat to be messing around.
1 month away. We will see if that change is coming or not. Going to be interesting to see what happens there and whether or not Joel Rosario finds his stride again. Because to be honest, when he rides his A race, he's one of the best 5 riders in the country.
Absolutely.
But he just has not found that race as consistently as he was finding it prior to this stretch that he's been on. All right, let's jump into the best bets of the day. Let's kick it off with Magic here, taking a team total, something you've been absolutely red hot in over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I saw Aaron likes this game as well, so I'll try not to step on his toes with some of the stats here because I almost went with Aaron's bet as well. So here you got a former Tampa lefty and Blake Snell going to be starting for the Padres. He's got his .69 ERA, very nice ERA in his last 13 innings pitched in June. 2 runs allowed in his last 24 innings pitched. He is a very strong pitcher right now. And a very slow start to the season, but I think that this number is a little high because if people look at his overall record and his overall ERA, it's not great. Tampa's allowed 3 earned runs or fewer in 12 of the past 14. That tells me that the bullpen is just as strong as the starters. And by the way, we're throwing out Zach Eflin. He has a 3.28 ERA. He hasn't allowed a home run in his last 4 games. Those are the things that can kill an under bet. Tampa's won 22 of their past 28 versus left-handers, which is what Blake Snell is going to be. 6 of the last 7 Tampa games on the road, cash the under. 20 of the Padres' last 27 home games, cash the under. Everything says go with the under. That's where I'm headed.
I like it. I've been looking at this first 5 pretty heavily, but I like Aaron's side more than the total here. Aaron, tell us about the Rays.
Well, listen, we talked about the Rays a lot on the show yesterday. Had McClanahan on the mound, and they were an underdog, and we were like, what the hell? And this is so weird, and you made the good point, and we both did it. It's like, just put it in your bets. If it loses, you just shake your head like, well, I mean, McClanahan is an underdog against a team with a losing record. What the hell, right? Well, guess what? The Rays are the underdogs again. And it was easy. I mean, 6-2 win. The Rays are the underdogs again. Eflin is a damn good pitcher. He would be a number 1 for a lot of teams, but he's not for this team, obviously. Eflin's really good. I mean, Snell is good. Magic, I totally agree. And that's the worry, right? It's like, yeah, we could get in a close game and lose it, but the Devil Rays are the Rays, and they're not the Devil Rays anymore, I guess. They are a great team. They are a complete team. They can score. They've got great pitching. They're good out of the bullpen once they get to the closer, not so much the setup man, but I'm taking the Rays -105 again. I just don't see why they should be underdogs in this game, and that's what it's all about. You find a price that's good, and it shouldn't be this good, and you play it. So give me the Rays tonight.
Aaron in lockstep with both Dennis and Michael Olson here on the Rays as well. They're both loving them. I mean, honestly, this feels like one where you kind of have to bet it, and you just if it hits, it hits. If it loses, it loses. Similar to what that Rays game is yesterday. I'm going to go to the Dodgers because they are way better than San Francisco, and I'm going to lay a half run in the first 5, -115 on this one. It's Bobby Miller Day, and I'm starting to fall in love with some of these young starters. We talk about Andrew Abbott for the Reds and how he isn't properly priced. Bobby Miller, look, he's kind of danced all the dances here. He's had 4 starts in the majors. He's given up 2 earned runs in those 4 starts. Who did he face? Oh, Philadelphia when they were hitting, the Yankees with Judge, in Atlanta. That's pretty good in 3 of those 4 starts. He doesn't go deep into games, one of the keys with young pitchers. So I'm going to go on the first 5 here, and I trust the Dodgers offense can get a couple runs off of the San Francisco pitching staff here early. So give me Dodgers first 5, -0.5 run, -115. Papa Dude's back. You can get the best bet from him. What you got?
All right. I am going to go with the Orioles today as underdogs in Chicago. Now, the Cubs are bringing back Justin Steele, who has pitched extremely well, and they are hot. But I don't think he's going to go very long. He's missed 3 starts. I don't think he'll pitch too long into that game today. The Orioles pitcher is solid. He's not great, but he's solid. I think he'll keep him in it. The Cubs bombed him last night. Baltimore is very sneakily good. They are a good team. I think they come back today and win in Wrigley, and we're getting plus 115. So come on, O's. Let's get this one home.
Yeah, I don't mind this at all. Feels like a toss-up game. And if you're getting plus money, why not take it here? Aaron, did you have an O's Cubs opinion?
I didn't play anything in that game. I agree. I think it's a toss-up game. Cubs got them pretty good yesterday. Maybe the Orioles bounce back. I'm with you, Papa Dude. If I was going to play, I would play the plus money with the Orioles. I think it's a pretty good pick. It'll be interesting. The Cubs, they're hot right now. They've got pretty good starting pitching. They really struggle to hit the ball. So I think if the Orioles starter there is on, they're probably going to win the game.
Got one more question in the chat about horse racing. I figure we'll throw it up here because I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to play Kings Barnes today. Aaron, I believe you did the preview for the Pegasus, the fake Pegasus, really,
right.
At Monmouth. Who do you like today?
Yeah, I did not put Kings Barnes on top. I've just never really loved him, so I did not put him on top in that race. I put Subrogate on top, the 6 horse. I think he's going to go out to the front and be pretty tough to catch. I also like the 4, Salute the Stars, for Brad Cox. So I've got a couple there to try to beat Kings Barnes, and we'll kind of see what happens there. I just think the 6 is going to be pretty darn good stretching out. Dennis likes the 6. Great. It's going to be one of the worst days I've had all year long this year. Oh my goodness.
I think the Cox horse gets it done. The 4. That's the horse that I used in tournaments. I think he's got a nice setup here. I'm excited about this race because it feels like we're going to finally learn something about Kings Barnes. Because I feel like we still have no clue how good he is from just because of the races that he has been in. So today we will finally learn if Kings Barnes actually deserves his own church or not, because that's what I know has been out there. Magic, did you like Kings Barnes here or someone else?
Well, up until about 30 seconds ago, I really liked the 6 in this race, so I'm going to go with the 8 Kings Barnes as my top pick in this spot. I think it's important that Saez showed up here, right? Saez is going to be riding him, trying to get, if he does well, if he wins here, he would assume he keeps them out for the Haskell. I think that Saez showing back up for this mount is a big sign. His first 2 races, he came from off the pace, and he showed that he didn't need the lead. We might find out, like Aaron said, we're going to find out something about this horse. I think we find out that he is better when he doesn't go up there and set the lead, try and set the pace, and maybe he does better just overall when he doesn't have Jose Ortiz riding him, because that was a very Rosario-like ride from Ortiz in the Kentucky Derby. So I'll go with Kings Barnes to win.
Papa Dude?
You guys are picking on Dennis. I'm with you, Dennis. I'm with you all the way. By the way, he did great yesterday. Yeah. What'd you 5 straight exactas or 5 exactas or something yesterday he rolled in on? I'm going with the hot guy, Dennis.
There we go. Papa Dude, any comments on the College World Series?
The College World Series, which one? The one's going on now?
All right.
The one from 2006, Papa Dude. The 2006
No, there's also a female College World Series.
I believe that's over.
Yeah, you're talking about the one now.
We are a live show of a daily basis.
Yeah, I know. Comments on that. Did Florida hold on and beat Oral Roberts last night? Did they come back and beat them?
I don't know. The College World Series I always have found fascinating, and I figured that you were following it because you're a college.
No,
fan.
I'm not following it at all. The Women's College World Series took it all out of me. I just did. I'm just having struggles. I don't really like to. I used to watch the College World Series. It's just too slow. It takes too long. It really does. So you don't know if Florida. I know if this. Did you see that guy hit that home run to tie the game up and the celebration he did around the bases? Did you guys see that?
No. Now I'll have to go check it out though.
Florida won.
They pulled it out.
Florida won and Oral Roberts won.
Do what?
Florida won their game and Oral Roberts won their game.
I thought Oral Roberts was playing. Oh, they play them today. Them today. Oral Roberts in Florida today.
No.
I have heard a lot of Oral Roberts buzz.
They play
tomorrow, but they play each other next, right?
Yes.
I've heard a lot of Oral Roberts buzz, and LSU is phenomenal this year. They have like 2 absolute stud pitchers. So we'll see what happens there. But we're gonna take off now because we're about 10 minutes away from first post at Monmouth. Belmont starts here in under 30 minutes as well. Gulfstream Park starts in about 15 minutes. So a lot of horse racing going on. Baseball starts at 11:10. That's the Cubs. Anyway, best bets of the day. Here we go. Somich, I'm going to take the Dodgers. First 5, minus half run, minus 115. Aaron on the Rays, minus 105. Magic taking the under. Rays, Padres, 8.5. Papa Dude on the O's, plus 115. 4 and 6 for the week, down $126, but up for the year, $361. Thank you very much for joining us today on Dudes Who Bet Daily. Good luck with all your bets across the sports and horse racing worlds. And go Dustin Johnson. Have a low round, buddy.